Hi everyone, my name is Samantha and welcome to my YouTube channel, Sewing in Switzerland. So I'm a bit of a floating head today because I've been really busy in the sewing room and it looks like a hurricane has hit it, to be perfectly honest with you. I actually can't find my way back out of the room now. I just live here. It's chaos, and I wanted to ask you, how do you sew? Do you cause absolute chaos? Like, you do not want to see what is in front of me, okay? It's just piles upon piles of paper, fabrics, nonsense, just stuff everywhere. And then I have like a major cleanup at the end. But is there anybody that kind of does it as they go? Because I need tips. It's very difficult to move around. We've reached that point, so I need to have that clean up soon. But yeah, it's chaos. It's chaos in the summer in the sewing room. So today I thought that I would do, I'm a little bit late with this on account of Spud and Wobbles from Team Potatoes not being very well. So normally I do this at the beginning of the season. We look at summer season predictions depending on the season, obviously summer at the moment. And so what I thought we could do is go through some together, and these are my predictions. So I like to trawl through the runways, the Vogue runways, and Net-a-Porter, Best Secret, all of like the major retailers for high fashion or couture fashion, or the fashion houses that tend to be the ones that predict or dictate the fashions and the trends that we'll be seeing further down the line. So at the beginning of summer, I normally sit with you guys and say, hey, this is what I think is gonna dominate the summer season, for instance. But I'm a little bit late, I'm kind of mid-season, so we've got some like autumn trends in between as well. So yeah, some late summer trends and some early autumn trends is what I'm gonna go through today. I usually put this on my Instagram, so I thought it would be fun to connect with you all and make a video for it. And I always get really good feedback when I make these kind of videos, and you say that you really enjoy the excitement around it as well. So yeah, we'll start with accessories, shall we? Because this is quite exciting. So I'll put links, if you're interested in seeing the items yourselves, I'll put links in the description so you can like follow what it is that I'm talking about. So in terms of accessories for summer and also moving into that early autumn period, I think that we're seeing this real return to natural textures. Is very, very heavy on textured items. So we're seeing a lot of raffia, a lot of kind of basket weaving. There's like a lot of leather goods out there that have got that kind of weaving through them. We're seeing kind of like pebble shapes, stone shapes, where they're kind of rough, not smooth, not you know, very kind of textured and thick, and also that kind of rope style as well. So I've put up some jewelry here and some of those bags, so it's like textured bags with then like heavily textured embroidery on top. So it's really interesting what we're seeing. It's also very 50 Shades of Beige, a lot of natural colours, mainly beige to be honest, in the new season collections. And the jewelry and the accessories all seem to be kind of gold, very warm gold as well. I wouldn't say it's particularly cold gold, I'd say it's very warm. So it's nice, it's not bad. I think that we've seen these kind of trends and styles before. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I'm not going to focus too much on the accessories because I can't sew them myself. So I'm going to move on to the clothing. And I wanted to just let you know I'm really tired. So if you're new here, you'll not know I've been looking after my Team Potatoes, which are 3 triplet pugs. And one had cancer, but she's got the all clear now. And another one has meningitis and encephalitis, which is inflammation of the brain as a result of a tick bite, and has been really poorly. And I had some messages on my video from last week saying that I looked really tired, not very well. Come on, like none, like I didn't know the people who commented, so I don't know, but I wanted to let you, I am tired. It's very obvious, okay? So we're just gonna gloss over that one, okay, for today. So clothing, again, very heavy on those kind of textured items. So we've got a really fantastic dress that I wanted to show you here, and it's by 16 Arlington, and it could be yours for 1,700 euros. And it's made from sequins, and then it's got this organza overlay, so it's texture on texture, and it's just so tactile. It's delicious. I love it. So we're seeing, as you can probably guess now, there's very heavy on that 90s theming. 90s and noughties, they're making a really big comeback, and I know I've been saying that now for a few weeks when we started looking at the summer patterns, and way back actually when we started looking at the spring patterns that were coming in. They have a definite 90s and also a noughties flair to them, and we're now seeing that come through in these fashion houses as well, which, you know, I don't like to say that we called it, but we called it, okay? I'm giving us that one. So yeah, so the 90s, we've got these mini dresses are everywhere. We've also got these kind of very, very square necklines, which are full 90s, that style, definitely. So let's have a look at a few mini dresses that are dominating the trends. So we've got the Cleo, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Cleo Pepiat. I believe she's a designer, obviously. I believe she's based in the UK, but is originally French. I believe she's French, a French designer. And she's brought out my all-time favourite dress. I think it is so, so beautiful. Out of all the mini dresses that I've seen during this trend, this has to be my favourite. So it's like hand beaded to look like the galaxy. It's just phenomenal. Again, we're seeing that real playful side of texture, except this time it's done with beading. You know, we've seen organza laid over sequins, and we're seeing it heavily in the accessories as well. And now we're seeing this gorgeous kind of galaxy inspired beading. Oh, stunning. It is a work of art. It is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous dress. So this is my favorite. Now, I don't do a lot of sewing with beading. It's not something that I've really played around with, but I'm thinking maybe I should look into it, because I was blown away by this dress. So we've got another one here from Balmain, and that's a satin, and it's got the cowl neck with the spaghetti straps. You know, you could easily see Sarah Jessica Parker in this from way back when the original series came out. So yeah, very, very 90s. It's beautiful. Now, if you wanted to recreate this and you wanted a free pattern, I would probably push you towards Helen's Closet Orchard dress, because that's got the spaghetti straps there, and I think you could probably recreate a knockoff version of that. So bearing in mind, these dresses are all around 1,700 euros, 1,500 euros. I think the Balmain one's 1,550 maybe. It's a lot. So you could definitely recreate these little mini dresses with relative ease. I do not think it's difficult at all. So there's another couple of patterns that I would recommend. Maison Fauve do one called the Blush dress, and that's your kind of standard 90s cami dress. Absolutely 100%. You could make that in a mini satin fabric and it would look beautiful. It would look very close, I think, to the Balmain one. And then I would recommend, so if you need more bust support, I would head towards paper cut patterns for the Maya dress. And that's, again, you know, this bias cut, beautiful kind of camisole style dress that you could then shorten to a mini, but it's got the bust cup, so it just gives you a bit of extra support and definition in that area if that's something that you want. So yes, let's move on to the next trend. I'm just checking my notes, so I'll just see if I've missed anything. So the next one is my favorites. I'm loving this trend. I have no event to go to. I have no reason to make any of these dresses, or certainly not purchase any of these dresses at these price points. Do I want them? 100% yes, I do. So they are cape style dresses. So you've got the kind of the dress and then the cape overlay, whether that's attached as like one piece or, you know, put on as a separate. We've got a couple of different ones here. And they are stunning. Really, really beautiful. Very elegant, very sophisticated. I would really like to make one in like a hot pink and then like embroider something really exciting. So because you've got such a big area to work with, it would really look fantastic with some sort of bold statement piece. I don't know. Giant love heart or something. I don't know. I cannot think of. I will have a think, and yeah, it's just beautiful. Have a think and let me know. How would you make this dress? Because I would love to know. So I'll just show you a couple that are kind of cropping up within the fashion houses. So we've got a Rodart one here. That is silk, I believe, and it's almost 2,000 euros, just under. I think it's something like 1,900. Then we've got the next one is by a company called Solace London, and that is not for the dress and the cape. It is just for the cape that sits over the dress, and that's 800 odd euros. So I like that. Then you could add it as a two-piece, keep it as separate. I don't know, put it over a pair of jeans if you're wanting to go to the supermarket. I don't know. I'm trying to justify me needing one of these, okay? So then we've got this beautiful, gorgeous one, and it is Oscar de la Renta, and it is silk. Now I personally don't sew with silk because of how silk is made, so I don't support silk manufacturing practices. It's not for me. I know lots of people do use silk, and that's fine. That's none of my business. People can do what they want to do. I don't care. I'm not, you know, I'm not a police, not the silk police here. It's just not for me. It's not something that I use with. So I would use something like with a satin or something with a sheen, so I could get like a similar look to that. So I think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful style of dress. I have absolutely nowhere to wear it, and I want one desperately. Now, bearing in mind, these are all like thousands, these dresses, right? I have found a pattern that is nigh on, spot on to the Oscar de la Renta. And it's V1982. It's a Vogue pattern, and it is just, it's 100% bang on, right? I am pretty proud of this. It's, yeah, can we all make one together, please? So if you're looking for something closer to the Solace London style, so where you've kind of got that kind of thicker piece that runs across the front here, then there is a Badgley Mishka pattern, and that number is V1579. V15, yep. And that will give you something that's slightly closer to that silhouette and that shape. So next on my list is cargo pants. Now I've been mentioning this, right, the last few videos. I'm like, okay, we keep seeing these cargo pants crop up, especially in the simplicity patterns that have been recently released. So they're big. They are gonna be big on the scene. And this is again moving into like early autumn and away from the summer. So we're seeing a lot of denim styles for the cargo pants here, and a lot of playfulness again with textures. So there was another pair. I don't know if I saved a picture. I'll try and find one. There was another pair, and it was black cargo pants, and they put like coloured, almost like puff paint on it. So you've got that again, that real textured feeling, that real tactile experience with the garments. I love it. I am loving the texture on texture on texture and all these different kind of tactile craziness for all of your senses. Oh, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I'm feeling very inspired by this. So let's have a look at some cargo pants. Right, so this is a company called the Attico, and these are about €1,000, and they're just denim cargo pants, right? And there are lots of patterns, especially some new patterns that come out within the Simplicity group that would suit this. But I'm going to tell you some indies off the top of my head. So Wardrobe by Me make a cargo pant, and that has a similar, although slightly simplified shape. And then you've got the Style Art Kerry, who have some really cool pockets on theirs. But the one that I would go to if I was looking for a closer resemblance is Love Notions, and they do a cargo pant pattern called Largo Cargo, I believe. Well, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We all know I'm not. So yeah, cargo pants. Will you be making any? I don't know. I did have some in the early noughties. I did have some. I'm not sure that I'm ready to revisit them. That said, all those extra pockets, I am feeling the extra pockets, right? So maybe, let's not rule that out. So the next thing that we're seeing, and again, this is, you know, towards the tail end of the summer trends, is very brightly coloured floral dresses. And they tend to be more on the bold floral side. So I'm looking at like big florals as opposed to very dainty, very small, very kind of Laura Ashley-esque florals. These are much larger, on a much more dramatic scale. Now, in terms of actual style of dresses, we're seeing a real kind of mix, a real mixed bag of shape-shifting dresses, to be honest. We've got a couple at the very loosey-goosey end that are literally just gathered with a couple of spaghetti straps, and then there's kind of gorgeous trapeze style shape, you know, that real flowy, breezy, spacious style dress. And then on the other end, we've got these really beautiful kind of, I would say, classically milkmaid style dresses. So we've got a lot of ruching around the underbust there. We've got, you know, a gathered cups there to really emphasize the shapes, and these little kind of elasticated caplet sleeves there. And just this really glorious kind of milkmaid style dress. But they're on very different ends of the scale, right? So we're seeing, and then we're seeing a lot in between as well. There's some really beautiful Dolce and Gabbana dresses where you've got these kind of gathered high, almost quite, well, not quite empire line, but definitely a higher waist with gathers, and then this kind of very fitted bodice with emphasis around the bust cups there. So we've got something that's kind of slightly in between as well. So we've got this full spectrum of dress styles. So rather than give you a breakdown of some high trend fashion dresses that you could go away and make to be on trend for summer, I thought I'd make that one a separate video because we're seeing such a clash of dress shapes and styles, and I thought it'd be really fun to deep dive into that. So let me know what you think, and I can whip up a dress one for you, because this is one of my favorite things to do, and I really hope that comes through in these videos. Like, I get so much joy and so much interest in studying these fashion trends and what has come before us and what is kind of going to come in the future and how we can predict that and how we can see that. And then when we see that evolution from the haute couture and the high fashion houses drip down, and then how that affects us as people who sew and within the sewing community, it really does give me so much joy, and I really hope that comes across. And of course, fashion is subjective, so do feel free to turn around and say, Sam, it's horrible, I hate it, I would never wear this, because I love to hear from other perspectives, and I love to know what it is that you're working on, and whether you get enjoyment from looking at the runways and looking at that kind of high fashion perspective and seeing what else and how it kind of moves across. I love it. I love it so much. So if you enjoyed this video, do please think of liking and subscribing, and do please let me know how you're all doing and if you're having a really good week. I'm sorry I'm a bit behind actually on replying to messages from last week. Well, it's just been crazy with wobbles mainly. It's hard work, but we're hanging in there. So let me know how you're all doing so we can have a proper catch up, and I will see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye.